2000. They have retired Airbus 310. And replaced by the 57 and the 67. Okay, introduce, retired. That's have retired only like few years ago, only like 3 years ago, and that's 8 years ago. And that's some old Boeing 737s. That's some of old of the classic, the first generation 737, the original. No, that's not the classic. The classic is 300 and 400 and 500. This is the original, the slash 100 and the 200. The original. Then you have the classic 300, 400, 500. Then the next generation 600, 7, 8, and 900. And then the Max Boeing 73, the fourth generation. Boeing 737 Max, that's the number 4 generation, but they're not using the 37. Then I have the big jumbo jet, the 747 jumbo jets, but that's a long time ago that they retired that. That's the old that did start the Salt Falcons in 1985. And some old DC-8s, and they have some even older McDonnell Douglas DC-10, but that's only like 2 years ago. That's only like 2 years ago that did retire this, and they have even older. That was only last year, so they use it like 40 years. They use this like 1980. So they're going to, and that's only like 2022, that's last year, that's 2 years ago. And actually that's this year, 2003, so that's like 43 years, so they're using like 30 or 40 years. They do that because aircraft is super expensive. Then they have a fleet of the called FedEx feeders. That's the small, like Cessna 408 Sky Courier, and the Cessna 208 Caravan, the Super Cargo Master. They have some smaller turboprops. They are feeding the main lines, the main hubs, the big jet freighters. They call the feeders FedEx feeder. FedEx feeder is the branding applied to the smaller FedEx Express propel-driven aircraft that feed packets to and from airports served by larger jet aircrafts. In the United States, FedEx Express operates FedEx feeder on a dry lease program where contractors rent aircraft from FedEx to operate routes as assigned by the company. So they're buying the aircraft and then they lease it to other operators. Contract carriers, they are flying for FedEx, all kind of small companies. So that's companies like this that would like to buy some old jet freighters. Environmental initiatives, they're going to make electric delivery vans, but that's old, but that's 2010. So they're doing trying to make more electric. So aircraft modernization. FedEx Express, like most cargo airliners, operates a fleet of older and less offensive aircraft when compared to passenger airline. They do that because aircraft is super expensive, cost many hundred of millions of dollars and billions, so you cannot just buy some super new, brand new, because even you are super rich, you don't have money enough. Because aircraft cost many billions of dollars. Even super rich people, they don't have many billions of dollars on the bank accounts. They don't have 10 billions or 100 billions dollars on their bank accounts. So I have this old tri-jets. That's the Boeing 727, was replaced in 2013. But we have talked about that. Then of course they have been flying like 50 years. They have some kind of accidents. They have some different kind of accidents. I'm not going to read about all that, because that's a long time ago. That's in 94. He have hijacked. There was a pilot hijack. He did hijack one there. And some fires. But not many deaths. But there are 2 people was dying there. First fatal accidents in the mainline history of FedEx Express. That was in Narita International in Tokyo, in windy condition, touchdown and bouncing in nose. Then had bouncing down and they crashing the aircraft probably. With aircraft touchdown and bouncing off nose back to the air and coming down again on its nose gears. So, and then the aircraft burst to flame. Then they have some missiles, air defense. Have some air defense, anti-missile systems. Then they have hub all over the world, like in Brazil, Canada, Toronto Pearsons, and all this Anchorage, Dallas, Fort Worth, Miami, Memphis. That's China. Guangzhou is China, and Shanghai, Tokyo, Narita, Osaka, Singapore, Seoul, Taipei in Taiwan, and Dubai, and Paris, CTG, and Cologne, Bonn, London, Stansted. That's the same. Ryanair is using London Stansted. So actually that was FedEx Express. So let's close, but I have to read it again later. And I still need to make a video about Ryanair and the Boeing 37. And the Southwest. That's fly to Dubai accident. I'm not read this yet, but I need let's move the Southwest to the Ryanair. So we could try to do that tomorrow, do the Ryanair. I probably have to read this again. So, but now I will read about Dubai Airport. And then I'll make a video in English. Let's look, we still follow this flight. FedEx Express from Memphis to Seoul, but I'm not going to follow that because it's super far away. But we are in still 30,000 feet, and we are flying 420 kilometers. We need 10,700 kilometers. So that's a long flight. We got Memphis in Tennessee, Mississippi. That's a name of a state, and the river, Mississippi River property, that's the river there. That's the Mississippi. Louisiana, that's the border. No, that's the Mississippi River is the state border to Mississippi, and Louisiana, that's the border, state border. You could do the sub-paddleboards. The sub-paddleboard, you could paddle upstreams or downstreams. But probably it would be more fun to paddle upstreams maybe. Or maybe you go downstream, then you can just sit. Memphis, now we lost the aircraft. So actually we got the Mississippi River running through Memphis. I did not know that. No, we lost the aircraft, but that's early morning. I think we can find it. We have it up here, somewhere here. Memphis, Vancouver, but that's not the one. No, got something here. No, that's not some port. I cannot find it again. But maybe something wrong with there's something wrong with my internet. You can see that's more than 5 aircraft in United States. So there's something wrong here. Something is wrong with my internet. Reload. No, there's no aircraft. Maybe I lost my internet connection. So we have to look. No, I still have my internet connection. I can try to duplicate. My internet is working. So I don't know what's something wrong. But that's my video about FedEx for now. I'll have to do it later.